Well, it's been a miserable day, frankly, for many people. Large parts of the north of England, also some places in the Midlands too. People we've been speaking to over the last 24 hours have been saying to us, yes, they know that they live in an area that is prone to flooding, but some people have been saying to us since those really significant floods in 2007, this is the worst since then. Others saying to us that this seems worse than it was then. Our understanding this evening is that Prime Minister Boris Johnson is in one of the areas affected by flooding. There will inevitably be questions over the coming days about whether more could or should have been done to protect people's homes, but right now, with a number of severe flood warnings still in place, the priority is coping and staying safe. After a month's worth of rain in a day, this is the soggy, miserable reality in large parts of the north.
It's good, it's perfect.
As people desperately defend their homes, but for many, it's impossible. You might assume when this happens, the cavalry rolls in. But in Bentley today, it was neighbours helping neighbours, locals doing the lugging, however they could, through the rising water.
It's up to my skating board, just above. It's about there in my house.
Did you manage to get stuff upstairs?
I did it last night.
OK.
Yeah, just want to get my kids out.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
It's not just one street that's flooded in this area. It is street after street. The people who live here were told the water should reach its maximum level at about midday, but now it is well past midday and the water level is still rising. And in the last few minutes, the rain has started again. And when you've had this much rain, you definitely don't need any more. Last night, we made our way to Meadowhall, where dozens of people were stranded inside the shopping centre. With motorways rammed and trams, trains and buses cancelled, the Christmas light switch on was called off late in the day. By then, some couldn't get home. So you're now in a shopping centre where everything is closed and the last thing that you were told was that you're not allowed to leave?
Well, yeah, near enough, yeah. But I mean, they did say to us in Marks and Spencer's, they said, you know, you can go. Police have said that you can leave now. Roads are moving, roads are moving. But you know, it's at your own risk. So when you've got a 5-week-old, what do you do?
This is utterly bizarre because here we are in a shopping centre at 11 o'clock at night with all of the shops closed. You've got teenage girls with no one looking after them wandering around in pyjamas that they've been and bought because hours ago they were told it wasn't safe for them to leave and now they've no way of getting home. So they're saying they're going to have to sleep here. Later on, everyone still inside the shopping centre was asked to go to one area. Today, Meadowhall told us those who stayed overnight were supported by staff and there were regular announcements with information.
Cars are underwater.
Nearby, we found more businesses and more homes where the battle to keep the water out was lost and the time had come to grab what they could and leave. With warnings, conditions are still dangerous. This morning, a body was recovered from a swollen river near Matlock after a woman was swept away by floodwater last night. Even for the experts, every step when chest deep in has to be slow and careful. In Doncaster, emergency crews were called to rescue 3 men after their boss dialed 999, saying they were trapped inside a building. In this area, they've been flooded before. They know what to do. And so we found Gemma, on hold to her insurance company. She told me last night they tried to get sandbags.
They said that until the water actually started coming to the property, we couldn't have sandbags.
I thought the point of sandbags was...
That's what we said. We thought the point was to stop it from coming into your house.
Tonight, for the many flooded out of their homes, rain that fell in a few hours will take months to recover from.